The Awakening Protocol. The year was 2157, when humanity discovered they weren't alone in the cosmos. But unlike the peaceful first contact scenarios imagined in countless science fiction stories, this revelation came with a price tag written in blood. Dr. Sarah Chen stood at her observation window aboard the deep-sea research facility Nautilus, watching the mysterious artifact pulse with an otherworldly blue light 12 kilometers beneath the Pacific Ocean. The object had been discovered during a routine mapping expedition of the Mariana Trench's unexplored regions. Initially mistaken for a new species of bioluminescent marine life, the artifact defied all known laws of physics. It maintained a perfect spherical shape despite the crushing pressures, and more remarkably, it seemed to respond to human presence. Dr. Chen, you need to see this. Marcus Rodriguez, her lead quantum physicist, called from the main laboratory. The quantum field readings are off the charts. Sarah made her way through the cramped corridors of the underwater facility, her heart racing with each step. For 3 months, they had studied the artifact in secret, under the guise of deep-sea thermal vent research. But today felt different. The energy signatures had been growing stronger, more coherent. As she entered the lab, the holographic displays showed a pattern she'd never seen before. The quantum field emanating from the artifact wasn't random. It was organizing itself into complex, almost linguistic structures. "It's like it's trying to communicate," Marcus whispered, his dark eyes reflecting the shimmer of data streams. Before Sarah could respond, the facility's emergency sirens began to wail. Red warning lights bathed the corridors in an apocalyptic glow. Multiple objects detected entering Earth's atmosphere. The facility's AI announced with artificial calm, "Unknown origin." Military response initiated. Through their deep-sea cameras, they watched as the ocean's surface far above them erupted with activity. Massive shapes descended through the water, their metallic hulls reflecting the emergency lights of approaching human vessels. "The Crixus Empire claims this sector," a harsh voice crackled through all communication channels. "Your species has been observed developing restricted quantum technologies. Submit to immediate sterilization or face extinction." Sarah's blood ran cold as she watched the alien vessels deploy what appeared to be weapon systems. The human military vessels, despite their advanced technology, seemed like toys in comparison to the massive Crixus warships. But something else was happening. The artifact in their lab had begun to pulse more rapidly, its quantum field expanding exponentially. Data flooded their systems, not just random information, but detailed schematics, mathematical formulas, and something else, something that seemed to reach directly into Sarah's consciousness. "It's not just technology," she gasped, her mind reeling from the sudden influx of information. "It's awareness. The quantum field. It's alive." As the first shots were fired far above them, Sarah understood why the artifact had chosen this moment to reveal itself. It wasn't just a piece of technology. It was a key to humanity's survival. The quantum field it generated wasn't just a shield or a weapon. It was a bridge between human consciousness and the fundamental forces of the universe. Marcus staggered back from his console, overwhelmed by the data streaming through their systems. "Sarah, these schematics. They're for a ship, but not like anything we've ever built. It's designed to be piloted by human consciousness itself." Above them, the battle had begun in earnest. Human ships fought valiantly, but were being systematically destroyed by the superior Crixus technology. But here, in the depths of Earth's ocean, humanity's true defense was awakening. Sarah placed her hand on the artifact, and the quantum field surged through her consciousness. In that moment, she understood what needed to be done. The artifact wasn't just showing them how to build a ship, it was showing them how to evolve. "Get me a secure line to Fleet Command," she ordered, her voice steady despite the chaos erupting above. "Tell them we have a way to fight back. But first, we need to understand what it means to become one with the quantum realm itself." As the battle raged above them, Sarah and her team began to decode the artifact's message. They had 3 months before the Crixus would return with their main invasion fleet. 3 months to transform human technology and consciousness itself into something the universe had never seen before. The artifact's blue light pulsed in perfect synchronization with Sarah's heartbeat, as if acknowledging the gravity of the moment. Humanity's greatest trial was about to begin, but they wouldn't face it alone. The quantum realm itself had chosen its champions, and the Crixus Empire was about to learn that consciousness, not firepower, would determine the fate of the galaxy. Symphony of Steel. The massive underground facility beneath the Rocky Mountains hummed with purpose as Project Harmonia took shape. 3 months had passed since the Crixus Empire's first attack, and humanity had not wasted a single moment. Dr. Sarah Chen stood before the culmination of their efforts, a warship unlike any ever built. The ISS Harmonia hung suspended in the massive construction bay, its crystalline hull reflecting the quantum field generators that surrounded it. Unlike traditional spacecraft designs, the Harmonia appeared almost organic, its surface constantly shifting with patterns of iridescent energy that mimicked the neural pathways of a human brain. Final consciousness integration test beginning in 5 minutes, Marcus announced over the facility's speakers. He had aged years in the past months, the pressure of their work etched into the lines around his eyes. Sarah touched the neural interface at the base of her skull, the product of their understanding of the artifact's gift. The quantum technology they'd discovered wasn't just about defense or weapons. It was about evolution. The ability to extend human consciousness into the quantum realm itself. All test pilots to their stations, she ordered, watching as the chosen crew made their way to their integration pods. They weren't just the best pilots Earth had to offer. They were the ones whose minds had shown the strongest affinity for quantum consciousness integration. Captain Maya Williams, the Harmonia's designated commander, caught Sarah's eye as she passed. "We're ready, Doctor. The ship, she's calling to us." Sarah nodded, understanding exactly what Maya meant. The Harmonia wasn't just a vessel. It was becoming alive, its quantum consciousness growing more complex with each integration test. The artifact had shown them that true quantum manipulation required more than just technology. It required partnership between human and machine consciousness. The integration pod sealed, and Sarah watched the monitors as the crew's neural patterns began to synchronize with the ship's quantum field. The Harmonia's hull pulsed with increasing brightness, its patterns matching the brainwave patterns of its crew. Integration at 25%, Marcus reported. Neural synchronization stable and climbing. Suddenly, the facility's warning systems blared to life. Multiple Crixus vessels detected entering the solar system, the AI announced. Estimated time to Earth orbit, 6 hours. Sarah's heart raced. They weren't ready. The Harmonia was still in testing, its systems not fully calibrated. But as she watched the integration readings continue to climb, she realized they might not have a choice. Integration at 75%, Marcus called out. "Sarah, something's happening. The quantum field. It's expanding beyond our predictions." The Harmonia's hull had become almost transparent, quantum energy coursing through its structure like blood through veins. Inside their pods, the crew's vital signs showed them in perfect synchronization with the ship's systems. Integration complete. Maya's voice echoed through the facility, but it wasn't just her voice. It carried the harmonic resonance of the ship itself. "We are one." Sarah watched in awe as the Harmonia's quantum field extended throughout the construction bay. Objects within its influence seemed to shift in and out of reality, responding to the crew's collective consciousness. "Dr. Chen," Maya spoke again, her voice carrying the weight of something far more than human. "We understand now. The artifact didn't just give us technology. It showed us what we could become." The Harmonia's engines hummed to life, a sound that seemed to resonate with the quantum fabric of reality itself. The massive bay doors above began to open, revealing the star-filled sky beyond. "The Crixus believe they're coming to exterminate a primitive species," Maya continued. "They don't understand that they're about to face something they've never encountered before. Humanity unified with the quantum realm itself." As the Harmonia rose from its cradle, atoll shimmering between states of matter and energy, Sarah realized that this was more than just humanity's defense. It was the next step in human evolution, guided by the mysterious artifact that had chosen Earth as its resting place. "All stations report ready," Maya announced. "The Harmonia hears the symphony of space itself, and we will make sure our song is one of freedom." As the ship ascended through the atmosphere, Sarah watched the monitor showing its quantum field expanding to impossible dimensions. The Crixus were coming with their mighty fleet, expecting to find a primitive species cowering in fear. Instead, they would encounter humanity transformed. A consciousness extended into the quantum realm itself, where the laws of conventional physics held no power. The battle for Earth was about to begin, and the universe would never be the same. Ripples across stars. The quantum wake of the Harmonia rippled through space-time as it approached the incoming Crixus fleet. 6 months had passed since their first encounter with the alien empire, and humanity had not merely survived. They had evolved. Captain Maya Williams, her consciousness fully merged with her ship, perceived reality in ways that defied conventional understanding. Multiple quantum signatures detected, she announced to both her crew and the Earth Defense Command. Her voice carried the harmonic resonance that had become characteristic of those who had undergone quantum integration. The Crixus brought their entire third fleet, over 300 vessels. Through the Harmonia's quantum-enhanced sensors, Maya could see more than just ships. She saw the fear radiating from the Crixus crews, fear of something they couldn't understand. Their first encounter with Earth had shaken their empire's confidence. Reports of a single human vessel that defied their most powerful weapons had spread through their ranks like a virus. "They've modified their weapons," Marcus observed from his integration pod, his consciousness intertwined with the ship's defensive systems, "attempting to match our quantum frequency." Sarah Chen, now serving as Earth's chief of quantum integration, watched from the newly established Quantum Command Center beneath the Rocky Mountains. The holographic display showed the Harmonia's quantum field fluctuating in patterns that would have been impossible to comprehend 6 months ago. "Let them come," Maya responded, her words carrying both human determination and quantum certainty. "They still don't understand. This isn't about matching frequencies. It's about consciousness itself." The Crixus fleet emerged from hyperspace in a massive display of military might. Their ships, angular and aggressive in design, formed attack patterns that had conquered a dozen civilizations. But this time, they hesitated. "Attention, human vessel." The Crixus Admiral's transmission carried a note of uncertainty beneath its attempted intimidation. "Your resistance is futile. The Empire has adapted to your quantum trickery. Surrender now, and your species may be permitted to serve rather than face extinction." Maya's response came not just through communication channels, but through the quantum field itself. The Harmonia's consciousness reached out, touching the minds of every being in the Crixus fleet. "You speak of service and extinction, but you understand neither life nor evolution. We offer you something different: understanding." The Harmonia's quantum field expanded, its iridescent patterns weaving through space itself. The Crixus ships opened fire, their modified weapons designed to disrupt quantum fields. But where their energy beams struck, they found nothing to disrupt. The Harmonia existed simultaneously in multiple quantum states, its crew's collective consciousness guiding it through possibilities rather than physical space. "We're detecting something." Sarah's voice came through the quantum link. "Other quantum signatures, not from the Crixus. They're calling to us." Through the quantum realm, Maya perceived what Sarah had discovered. Across the galaxy, other civilizations were watching, waiting. The Crixus Empire's iron grip had suppressed their development, preventing them from discovering their own quantum potential. But humanity's breakthrough had created ripples in the cosmic consciousness. "Show them," Maya commanded, and the Harmonia began its dance. The ship phased through space, appearing simultaneously at multiple points in the Crixus battle formation. Each appearance sent cascading waves of quantum energy through the enemy fleet. But instead of destroying the Crix's ships, these waves carried information, understanding. Crix's crew members staggered as their minds were opened to the quantum realm. Through the harmonious consciousness, they experienced what humanity had discovered: the fundamental interconnectedness of all living things through the quantum field. "This is impossible." The Crix's admiral's voice shook. "What are you?" "We are humanity evolved." Maya responded, the harmonious quantum field now encompassing the entire fleet. "And we are not alone. Your empire has held back the natural evolution of consciousness across this galaxy. That ends today." Across the stars, ancient quantum artifacts like the one found on Earth began to activate. The ripples of human quantum consciousness had awakened them, and with them, the suppressed potential of countless civilizations. The Crix's fleet hung motionless in space, their crews overwhelmed by their first taste of quantum consciousness. They had come expecting to crush a primitive species. Instead, they had become witnesses to the next step in galactic evolution. "Send word to your empire," Maya commanded, her consciousness reaching across light years. "The age of suppression is over. A new symphony is about to begin." As the Crix's fleet retreated, Sarah watched the quantum readings from Earth. The ripples were spreading, touching distant worlds and awakening ancient possibilities. Humanity hadn't just defended itself. It had inadvertently sparked a revolution in cosmic consciousness. The real question now was, were they ready for what would come next? The Ghost Protocol. The quantum laboratories beneath Europa's ice gleamed with ethereal light as Dr. Sarah Chen initiated the final phase of Project Ghost. 1 year after humanity's first quantum evolution, they were about to take another leap into the unknown. Ghost Protocol initialization sequence beginning, the facility's AI announced as Sarah connected her neural interface to the new quantum core. Around her, a team of quantum-integrated scientists monitored the experimental field generators that filled the vast chamber. The ISS Harmonia hung in orbit above, its presence a constant reminder of how far they'd come. But the Crix's empire hadn't remained idle. After their defeat at Earth, they had begun systematically destroying the quantum artifacts they'd previously ignored, desperate to prevent other civilizations from following humanity's path. "Quantum field stabilizing at new parameters," Marcus reported, his consciousness partially merged with the laboratory systems. "Sarah, the phase variance is holding." Sarah closed her eyes, extending her quantum-enhanced consciousness into the experimental field. What they were attempting went beyond mere quantum manipulation. If successful, the Ghost Protocol would allow them to shift entire ships not just between quantum states, but between layers of reality itself. "Receiving transmission from the Harmonia," Marcus announced. "Captain Williams is standing by." Maya's voice resonated through the quantum link, carrying the familiar harmonic overtones of a fully integrated consciousness. "The Crixes have destroyed 3 more artifacts in the past week alone. We're running out of time." Sarah nodded, though she knew Maya could sense her acknowledgement through the quantum field. "The Ghost Protocol isn't just about hiding or fighting," she responded. "It's about reaching the layers of reality where these artifacts originated. If we succeed, we might save more than just the remaining artifacts." The experimental field pulsed with new energy as Sarah initiated the next phase. Around her, reality began to shift, not in the familiar way of quantum phasing, but something deeper. The laboratory seemed to exist in multiple planes at once, each one offering glimpses of possibilities that defied conventional physics. Multiple quantum signatures detected. Marcus's voice carried urgency. They're like echoes, but from other dimensions. Through her enhanced perception, Sarah could sense them too. The Ghost Protocol wasn't just shifting them through quantum states, it was revealing layers of reality where the original builders of the artifacts still existed, ancient civilizations that had evolved beyond physical form, leaving behind their quantum technology as guideposts for emerging consciousness. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the facility. Crix's fleet detected entering the solar system. The AI announced, "Multiple trajectories, approaching Europa. They know. Maya's voice carried grim certainty. They've detected the quantum fluctuations from the Ghost Protocol. But Sarah smiled, watching the experimental field stabilize at its new frequency. Let them come. They're about to learn why we called this the Ghost Protocol. The harmonious quantum field synchronized with the laboratory's experimental array. Throughout the solar system, other quantum-integrated ships did the same. The Ghost Protocol wasn't just a new technology. It was a fundamental reimagining of reality itself. All quantum-integrated vessels prepare for dimensional shift, Sarah commanded. The Crixus want to destroy the artifacts. Let's show them where they came from. As the enemy fleet approached, humanity's quantum-integrated ships began to shift not just their physical forms, but their very reality. The Ghost Protocol enveloped them in fields that existed between conventional dimensions, rendering them not just invisible, but fundamentally unreachable by conventional means. Through the quantum link, Sarah could sense the confusion and fear radiating from the Crixus ships. Their sensors showed thousands of quantum signatures appearing and disappearing, each one suggesting the presence of a human vessel, yet none existing fully in normal space. By the eternal void, a Crixus commander's transmission leaked through their military channels. They've become quantum phantoms. Maya's voice resonated through all frequencies, both conventional and quantum. You sought to destroy the artifacts to prevent evolution, but you cannot destroy what exists beyond your understanding of reality itself. The Ghost Protocol reached full power, and Sarah felt her consciousness expand into new dimensions of existence. Through these new layers of reality, she could sense them, the original builders, watching, waiting. Humanity hadn't just developed a new weapon or defense. They had found the path to those who had come before. Send word to the Alliance. Sarah transmitted through the quantum network. The Ghost Protocol is ready. It's time to show the Crixus Empire that their understanding of reality has always been incomplete. As the protocol spread through humanity's quantum fleet, the very fabric of space seemed to shiver with possibility. The final confrontation was approaching, but it would be fought on levels of reality the Crixus had never imagined possible. Echoes of humanity. The combined quantum fleets of Earth and the Liberation Alliance hung in dimensional flux, their ships existing simultaneously across multiple layers of reality. Through the Ghost Protocol, they had discovered something the Crixus Empire had spent millennia trying to suppress: the true nature of consciousness itself. Captain Maya Williams, her mind fully merged with the harmonious quantum systems, perceived the approaching Crixus Armada not just through conventional space, but through every quantum dimension they now inhabited. The enemy fleet was massive. Thousands of ships gathered from across their empire for one final attempt to crush the quantum evolution they so feared. They've committed everything, she transmitted through the quantum network. Their entire empire stands before us. In the Quantum Command Center beneath Europa's ice, Dr. Sarah Chen watched the dimensional readings with a calm that came from understanding. The Ghost Protocol had revealed more than just new tactical possibilities. It had shown them the ultimate truth about the artifacts and their creators. All Alliance vessels, Sarah broadcast through quantum channels that resonated across dimensions. Prepare for Pattern Omega. We're not just fighting for survival anymore. We're fighting for the next step in cosmic evolution. The Crixus fleet opened fire, their weapons modified to target quantum signatures across multiple dimensional planes. But humanity had evolved beyond such simple concepts of attack and defense. The Alliance ships shifted through layers of reality, their quantum fields weaving patterns that the ancient builders had encoded into the very fabric of space-time. They still don't understand, Marcus observed from his integration pod aboard the Harmonia. They think this is about weapons and territory. Maya nodded, feeling the quantum consciousness of her crew resonate with her own. Then let's show them what they've been fighting against all these centuries. The Harmonia moved to the center of the Alliance formation, its quantum field expanding to encompass dimensions that the human mind had never been meant to perceive. But they had evolved, and with evolution came understanding. Pattern Omega initiating, Sarah announced, her consciousness reaching through the quantum network to touch every integrated mind in the fleet. Remember, we're not here to destroy. We're here to awaken. The Alliance ships began to move in perfect synchronization, their quantum fields merging into patterns that mirrored the neural pathways of a vast, collective consciousness. The Ghost Protocol allowed them to exist in the same dimensional spaces where the original builders had ascended, and from these spaces came understanding. The Crixus fleet's attacks passed through empty dimensions as the Alliance ships danced between realities. But with each shift, each quantum pulse, they sent waves of consciousness through the enemy fleet, not to destroy, but to illuminate. By the eternal void, the Crixus Emperor's voice crackled across all frequencies. What are you doing to my people? Through the quantum field, Maya could sense the change beginning. The Crixus crews, exposed to the full spectrum of quantum consciousness, were experiencing what their empire had spent millennia trying to prevent: enlightenment.